Hello, fashion fans. Welcome to another episode of Clothing Made Easy. I'm your humble host, Tanner Kaylee Carslan, and we're here to demystify the world of clothing manufacturing. Today, there's this awesome special episode. We've got Valerie Susilo. She's the creative director of cmgarmindo. Hi, Valerie. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Tanner. Nice to be here today.
Awesome. So, Valerie, what are we talking about today?
So, today we're talking about the different types of designers. So, clients come to us and they seem to be unable to understand there's a lot of different types of designers out there. So today, we're going to demystify this whole types of designers.
Awesome. That sounds like a really important episode. Everybody, get ready. Let's go. Okay, Valerie, so tell us a little bit more about all these designers and why our clients are so confused sometimes.
So there's a lot of different types of designers. There are almost like 18 different types of designers. Including the fashion one, there's almost like 12 different kind of designers. But today, we're going to talk about only 4 of them.
Okay, so let's elaborate. What are those 4?
So the first one is graphic designers. This one is often confused a lot with a lot of different things. But graphic designers usually do the product designs for like flyers, ads, logos. Those are graphic designers. The one who's doing the patterning for like t-shirt, like this one, for example, is actually a surface pattern designer or surface designer. They're the one who's doing the cutesy little patterning that you see on the fabrics or even in woodstock, because they're the one who understand the media that they're using. Next is the fashion designer. Fashion designer is the one who creates the design, not just drawing. They do the sewing, everything, they understand it. To be called a fashion designer, you have to understand everything. But the nitty-gritty details, the technical stuff, those are technical fashion designer, which is what I am actually. And the technical fashion designer is actually a liaison. Is it correct? I don't know. So they're the one who's the connector between you as a client and also the production team. We are the one who's doing the stitching, what types of them, the components, the trims, and etc. Those details is important, and those are the job for technical fashion designer.
Absolutely, and being client services at cmgarmindo, I find that it's terribly challenging because there's just so many elements that go into the creation of a garment.
It is. There's a lot of them.
Absolutely. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about kind of what does your average day look like so that our viewers actually understand what's going on behind the scenes?
So early morning, I have a meeting with the production manager to, let's say, we got this client. So what are the designs? And then I make the tag pack for them. And after that, the patterning, the grading, the nesting of the pattern. And also I need to check with the whole production team to say, how is it going? I'm also make the best gluten-free cookies in the office.
You do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it does actually sound like you do a lot as one individual in a team, and there's just so many different people that are involved in the communication systems as well. As you know, we use ClickUp in the background, and we've got all these software running around with all the project teams, etc. So there's a lot of activity in the background. Perhaps we can kind of look at something like the design board, which is how our clients provide information to us. Can you tell me maybe what are the sort of different challenges that you're facing in an average day as well?
The different challenge that I'm most faced with is the clients came in with a design. We ask them for reference pictures for the design, right? And sometimes they give like 5 different type of designs that doesn't actually match each other. And kind of like, what are you looking for? What am I doing here? Which one is actually the one design that you actually wanted? You say sometimes people just like, I want this is the body and this one is the sleeve, this one is the hem. But they give us like the full picture of it. I don't understand what you're looking for if you gave me too much of this information.
Yeah, it's what we call, in our department, we call this the Frankenstein's monster. It's like, I want the sleeve for this dress, and I want the back for this one, and I want the length of this one, and this, that. But it doesn't always make sense because structurally speaking, sometimes a garment just can't be put together in a Frankenstein's monster way. Yeah.
And also sometimes they input this weird commenting that they have, like, I feel like they understand it like, I hear this seam, but they doesn't want it actually. So they actually want another seam, but they kind of like mismatch the word here to say, I want something without this and this and this, and it actually became another stitching itself. So I can like, what are you looking at? What are you looking for? So please keep it simple, make it easy for us, and therefore we can just give you the best.
Absolutely. And it's all about trying to communicate clearly. Valerie said something really important. We always say, keep it simple, silly, KISS. And at the same time, you have to keep in mind that you're communicating overseas with professionals. So although we in the industry know what we're doing, there's a lot of startups who don't actually understand the different stitching types, etc. Just keep it simple, the way you communicate to us. And remember, we are overseas from you. You're trying to communicate and convey a vision, and we're trying to understand that vision. So hugely important what Valerie's talking about with all the different types of designers and how to provide that information to us. Valerie, that was awesome information about all the different types of designers and the reality of what it's like to work here at cmgarmindo as a technical fashion designer and also as the creative director. Everybody, I hope you liked that episode. Don't forget to hit that bell and like and subscribe down below. And Valerie, thank you very much for being on the show. Is there any final words?
Nah, thank you very much for having me here. Speaking of gluten-free cookies, I bought some.
Oh my God, num nums. Thank you so much. Can I have one?
Sure.
Can I have two?
Sure.
Oh my God, these are so good. Valerie, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks everybody. See you next time.